is National Pink Flamingo Day, and where better to spend this monumental day than in Madison, Wisconsin at Breese-Stevens Field. It's the newest edition of one of the great rivalries in USL League One, the Henny Derby, as Forward Madison hosts Richmond Kickers in a matchup of two of the hottest teams in this league, presented by Dairyland. Hi everybody, John Gross with you on this Thursday night as we take a look at the USL League One table, and Richmond Kickers finds itself atop the league, but only by 1 point. There is an absolute logjam. Forward Madison just 4 points behind the top of the table with 14. They're sitting in 7th place entering tonight. Well, one of the big reasons why Forward Madison has been unbeaten in its last 4 is this man, Mikey Maldonado, our Canopy Wealth Management player to watch for the home side. He has been an absolute tear as of late, has contributed to goals in the last 3 matches. The reigning Week 12 Player of the Week had a goal and an assist in the 2-2 draw against Tormenta. And for Richmond Kickers, Jonathan Bolaños, the league leader in assists, has 5 this season. He also had a goal last weekend, his first of the season. He is the Richmond Kickers Canopy Wealth Management player to watch. And in speaking with Darren Sawatsky earlier this week, he said that the return of Jonathan Bolaños has been one of the major reasons why we found so much success as this season has progressed. Wayne Gordon sends it in, and you see Bolaños in the backside. His first goal, like I said, 1 goal and 5 assists. And here's a look back at the first time these two teams met on a sloppy day in Richmond. It was all the way back on May 7th. Phil Brino had a nice save right there. Not a whole lot going on in this one. It was 0-0 for the most part, but then, an own goal. Jalen Chrysler takes the Justin Suko blast off of his leg and just flicks into the net. Forward Madison snaps a 16-match unbeaten streak at home for Richmond. Well, the pink is out and in full force tonight in Madison. This should be an epic matchup. Rivalry renewed. The second edition of the Henny Derby of this 2022 season. Kickoff and lineups coming up next on ESPN+.
Dairyland is getting there every day land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
And we welcome you back into Madison, Wisconsin. Just minutes away from kickoff, brought to you by LSM Chiropractic. You'd be hard-pressed to find any American sports team with as unique and bold of kits as Forward Madison, and they have yet another one in the rotation. Let's take a look at their newest kit for 2022. Those are truly something, as unique as you'll find in all of sports, and only Forward Madison can pull that off. As we take a look at the Forward Madison starting 11, brought to you by the Madison Concourse Hotel. Head coach Mac Laser sends out this crew today, looking to keep things rolling as they return back home. A little bit of a change in the midfield with Alan Torres and Alvin Jones now starting centrally. And on the flip side, Richmond kickers. Talk about kits. Those are some nice ones as well. Garen Sawatsky, his starting 11, as you see on the screen, they have been as hot as you'll see all season long. This recent stretch has been remarkable, especially in finding the back of the net. And again, the Richmond kickers lineup brought to you by the Madison Concourse Hotel. Madison wearing their road kits tonight, white and pink, on National Pink Flamingo Day. Truly nowhere better to spend a day like this than in Madison, Wisconsin, where the official bird of the city is the pink flamingo. We'll talk about that throughout the broadcast. It's also the 10th all-time meeting between these two rivals. The 10th edition of the Henny Derby underway for Madison. It's a rivalry that is as deadlocked as you'll find. 4-4-1 all-time between these two sides as Bartman paces. Lays it wide for Mateus Cassini. Cassini right back to Bartman. And trickles over the end line for a goal kick. A boisterous crowd on hand at Bree Stevens Field. And when it comes to injury reports, this is what you prefer to see. Really, none reported outside of Rocha, who's been out for a while. We send our best to him. Other than that, all clear, and that is what you'd like to see, especially at this point of the season. The game is being just a little bit more pain. So back. The 3-5 Forward Madison, as we talked about in the pre-match. They sit in 7th in the league table, just 4 points back of the league leaders, none other than Richmond Kickers. 5-3-3, both of these teams have been in absolute terrors as of late. Unbeaten in 4 straight, heading into today for both sides. And here are our Dairyland keys to the game for Forward Madison. Find a way to utilize this home pitch advantage. A lot of energy, jam-packed crowd as always. And they are 2-2-1 in the friendly confines of Bree Stevens Fields on the campaign. And for Richmond, to maximize the opportunities. Despite their goal-scoring abilities as of late, Garen Sawatsky said that their success rate has not been as high as he wants it to be, which says something, considering how many goals they've scored over these last few matches. They've scored in 6 straight. Over that frame, 14 goals have been netted by Richmond Kickers. Fairly skilled attacking lineup in there today. Most notably Owen Gordon, who hasn't seen many starts this season, just his 3rd start of the season. Now up front, starting 11. Goal and an assist for the Jamaican. All punched ahead. And might have been close to a handball. Trying to ricochet off of Jonathan Bolaños. We hit on earlier, a guy who has been a major reason for success on the attacking end, according to Darren Sawatsky. Bolaños, the league leader in assists with 5 this year, fresh off of his first goal of the season as well this past weekend in Richmond's 3-2 win over Northern Colorado. Richmond was able to hang on to that one. Northern Colorado, despite being down to just 10 men, they really battled and continued to draw closer in that matchup. Again, lofted ball. And it's Maldonado who gets his head on it, the reigning League One Player of the Week. And for good reason. Goal and an assist in the 2-2 draw against Tormenta. As Moran lanes it ahead. And it's scooped up by Philip Reno, who in that Tormenta match did not make any saves, did concede a couple of goals. As the faithful here in Madison look on. Maldonado. Torres, just his third appearance of this season. Cyrus Rod, elevated ball. This could be pretty, and it is well placed as it's sent centrally, but deflects off of Stuart Ritchie and out for the first goal kick of the night for either side. And it's Mikey Maldonado who makes the approach to the corner flag to take it. Corner kicks brought to you by UW Health Sports Medicine. Swinging ball from Maldonado. Found the head of Jalen Chrysler. Headed right back inside the 18. Comes all the way back out to Will Aramunu. Lucky job. Now Bartman, team leader with 3 goals on the campaign. Laser had to watch the Tormenta match from home. He was in health and safety protocol. Said he wasn't overly pleased with how his side played in the 2-2 draw. Thought that in the previous 2 matches heading into the Tormenta affair that they came out at a tempo that they really like to play at, but did not see that against Tormenta. He wants to see that strong start, but he felt that in the second half they did look a little bit more like themselves. Cut away off to the foot of Ethan Bryant, and it deflects right back out as Bartman looks to lead the counter. And you can only imagine how challenging it must have been for Mac Laser to not be on site. He said that he was trying his best not to scare the neighbors when he was watching that match from home in Wisconsin. And he certainly felt a little bit helpless on the outside looking in. And on that prior corner kick, there was a collision inside the 18. Monitor that as this one progresses. Bryant lofts it ahead. Gordon, he stayed onside. Can he settle? Yes, he can. Owain Gordon, 3rd start of the year for a very crafty player. And then he's taken off of it. It's Maldonado surging. It was the catalyst this past weekend against Tormenta. He chips it backside. Cassini plays it right back to the middle. And it's knocked away by Fitzgerald. Quality builds up as forward Madison will have its 2nd corner kick, brought to you by UW Health Sports Medicine. And we'll look back at the Dairyland replay as Cassini just blasted it to the middle, and Akira Fitzgerald notches his leading 39th save of the season. And 2 saves against Northern Colorado Hailstorm. Ball flutters in, and Gordon cleans it up. Celebrating its 75th anniversary, Select is proud to be the official matchball supplier of the USL League One. Choose what you play with at www.selectsportamerica.com. Select, League's choice, player's choice. Munu. That did trickle over the touchline for a Richmond kicker's throw. League leaders. A lot of depth in this team. That's something that Darren Sawatsky really highlighted. Says he has 16 or 17 guys who feel comfortable starting as it's chipped centrally and flutters over the head of the prolific goal scorer Emiliano Terzaghi. Now a battle with Maldonado and Owain Gordon. And it's Owain Gordon whistled for the rip down. Second start of the season for Gordon, who assisted on the Jonathan Bolaños 76-minute goal and the 3-2 win over Northern Colorado. Experience at the international level, 18 caps with the Jamaican men's national team. Torres, who sent some beautiful long balls over the weekend, has another one. And Fitzgerald is there. Not very threatening as the supporters look on. National Flamingo Day. These fans were encouraged to wear pink. Not that they wouldn't be wearing pink anyway at a Forward Madison match, but they were encouraged to wear pink today. The pink flamingo is the official bird of Madison, Wisconsin. The plastic pink flamingo, to be specific. Dates back to a prank from September of 1979. Students at the University of Wisconsin-Madison saw over 1,000 pink plastic flamingos on the front lawn on campus. It's been a big storyline ever since then as Gordon has it wide. And heads out for a throw. See the ball in for Bolaños. Seemed to graze the head of Gordon on our Dairyland replay. Bakijab finds Bartman. Bartman looks for Cassini. Cassini, 1-on-1 on Stuart Ritchie. Cassini put it in with the left and headed right back where it came from. Now Bolaños looks to lead the charge. Terzaghi slips ahead. Owain Gordon launches to the middle. He's looking for Terzaghi, could not quite hook up with him. As you see, these two sides have been an absolute tear as of late. Unbeaten in their last 4 matches respectively. 8 goals scored over that stretch by Forward Madison. How about 12 goals put in by Richmond kickers? Aaron Sawatsky says, number one, on a personnel level, the return of Jonathan Bolaños has really helped us pick up our attack. But number two, we've just stuck to what we do. He says we have a ways to go, but most of it is clicking on all cylinders right now. And he still feels that they're not doing well enough on the offensive end. Feels that their success rate is not as high as he wants it to be. Vinyals taking out the ball. And Wheeler Amunu. Osmond. Bartman. Osmond lays ahead. Cassini now. Cassini trying to slip it through to Bakijam. Redirects out to Cyrus Rod. Rod chips ahead. Was looking for Bakijam, who perhaps had a little bit of a step on the last line. Cyrus Rod, second-year man with forward Madison. Back in the starting 11 after subbing on against Tormenta. Second meeting of the season between these two sides, separated by a mere 4 points. The league table. Happy to have you all with us for the 10th edition of the Henny Derby and the 2022 edition of National Pink Flamingo Day, as Bolaños is just a bit offside. Takes a little bit of backwards hop. Nearly fell to the feet of Bakijam. As Richie just launches it out of there. And Osmond wins it. So good in the air. Maldonado. Centers for Bartman. Bartman plays it through for Maldonado. You can see the idea. Execution just not quite there. Ethan Bryant. Bolaños again. Offside. Sawatsky, his patented all-block look, looks on. The third-year head man who last year led Richmond Kickers to the club's first playoff appearance since 2016. Off the feet of Jalen Chrysler, who had the own goal in the May 7th 1-0 win for forward Madison. As Maldonado does well to keep it in play. But Torres unable to track after it. Throwing for Ethan Bryant and company. See some scores from yesterday. Last night, a lot of goals were scored. You see the 7 spot. That is a League One single match record. Chattanooga Red Wolves, after conceding early, scored 7 consecutive goals. Their 7-1 win. Similar story in Colorado as Hailstorm overcame an early 1-0 deficit against Fuego FC, scored 4 unanswered, and captured a 4-1 win. So it's been a friendly week this far for the home side. And actually, friendly is an understatement, the way that those 2 matches ended up. Torres, nice footwork. Young player who is just 18 years old. His 3rd appearance of the season. And a little bit out of the reach of the intended target. And it's Cassini, who is in a little bit of pain. It's Cassini, who has been such an instrumental piece of this team. We'll see exactly what happened here. See a little bit of a shove after the ball was out of the vicinity. Seemed to be Chrysler who issued the shove. To see Cassini back on his feet. Low cross is cut away and out for a throw. Stays in play. Vignoles. Rod lays it through. Bakijam able to keep it in play and bobbles off the hands of the sure-handed Akira Fitzgerald. Bakijam does have a goal this season. A former member of USL Championship side Louisville City. Bryant works it ahead. Defended well by Cyrus Rod. Great rivalries in USL League One. Certainly one of the most unique rivalries in all of American sports. The Henny Derby, 10th edition. It's a fascinating history as Maldonado dodges multiple defenders, slips ahead, Bakijam! And the offside flag was up. Abdou Bakijam thought he had his second, as did the 1,000 of fans in attendance. Perfectly played ball from Maldonado, but the flag was up. So we remain 0-0 in the Henny Derby, which originated back in 2019, actually through social media. It was online bet between Richmond Kickers Die Hard and River City 93 founder Elliot Barr and former Madison supporter and Featherstone member Kyle Carr. The 3rd match of that season ended up having a trophy, which is literally a bedazzled bottle of Hennessy. And And that is the trophy ever since then. Those two really bonded, and this rivalry really grew out of the fact that these two clubs have black-led and black-graded supporters group, two of the only clubs in America with that. As Richmond Kickers looks to get on the board first, Bolaños slips it back and deflects out of the 18. Well played by Eric Leonard. Home supporters just moments ago thought they witnessed the first of the night. It was not meant to be, as Osmond heads it out of there. Torres. Rod. Aldonado. Rod skies it forward, and a whistle. Collision to the tail end of that. Bakijam and Nathan Awney. That's Bakijam whistles. Start your Saturday with another USL on ESPN Matinee, when Hartford Athletic welcome Louisville City FC to the Nutmeg State. Don't miss the action Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, powered by Hisense. It's Alan Torres, who is slow to his feet. Let's take a look back at what Eric Leonard did just moments ago on this clearance. Able to just stick that left leg out and prevented what probably would have been a pretty clean-looking goal. The man that they call Mr. Mingo played a big role on National Pink Flamingo Night. Torres, the one being checked on, the 18-year-old on loan from Indy 11. He assisted on the Mikey Maldonado goal in the second half against Tormenta on Sunday. That was just his second appearance of this season to make his way back on his feet. But Matt Glazer said he's a guy who's still learning how to take care of himself, nutrition-wise, soccer-wise, just learning how to be a professional. Only 18 years old, but he's been pushing really hard in training. He's been earning his opportunities, and he said that he did a pretty good job against Tormenta, and he's been rewarded with his first start of the season as he got some instructions from his first-year head man, Matt Glazer. Great to see Matt Glazer back in the touchline and coaching, feeling okay. He's in health and safety protocol. We're really happy to see that he's doing all right. Torres is back on the pitch for forward Madison as Bolaños receives the ball through, and he's unable to stay onside. This back line has been stout today, at least in terms of staying in line with each other. And they continue to catch Bolaños a little bit early. Trickles through, ends up with Bartman, and he's dispossessed. Good challenge by Chrysler. As Bolaños is whistled. Looking for a quick restart. Brian Wood not showing a card. And down Richmond kicker. Right leg checked on. Vinyals up to his feet. The Spanish midfielder gingerly walks his way to the touchline. Talk about a quality player. As quality as you'll find in League One. He netted a goal over the weekend. The 42nd minute, team of the week for the third time this season. Right leg still seems a bit tender. Second meeting of the season between these two sides. Earlier this year, there was a 1-0 win for forward Madison on an own goal. There's Jones. Thought about teeing it up, instead works it out. That all-time meeting between these two rivals. Beautiful through ball. Wheeler Amunu plays it back. Oh, Bartman has hoofed it over frame. Started with this ball from Cassini. Just patiently looked through, waited for Wheeler Amunu to make that run, who immediately knew where his man Bartman was. And Azim Bartman is unable to get anything going there. Now Terzaghi, he curls in front, finds Gordon. Oh, looking for the bicycle, but he was offside. Cassini quickly in the restart. Sidesteps, somehow maintains his balance. They'll play on. It's Sakamaran. He's picking up a bit. Bryant works ahead for Vinyals. His pass intercepted. Torres switches fields. Looking for Jones. Gonna keep it in play, yes he can. And who missed the last few matches on international duty with Trinidad and Tobago in the CONCACAF Nations League. TNT finished second in their group. Congratulations to Mr. Jones and his teammates. Wheeler Amunu spins, flicks for Maldonado. Maldonado. His ball deflects out. And Torres just did not hit it. Cyrus Rod. Maldonado taken off the ball. Good challenge by Stephen Payne. And it comes right back to the home side. Amunu. Launches wide. Alvin Jones in stride. Jones lays a cross in. Oh! What an opener for forward Madison. But the offside flag was up once again. Brian Wood is going to go over to the AR and sort things over. No goal, and a yellow card. It's Bakijam who's issued the yellow. There's Macalazer. Twice seemingly had a goal. Their touchline is livid. You saw Neil Halavati animated as well. Pass intended for Bryant, intercepted by Maldonado. The pacey Mikey Maldonado avoids one. And there's the whistle. We'll bring it back to the spot of the foul, and it's a yellow. For confirmation on the last disallowed goal, it was a handball. That was the call. Bakijam, perhaps not quite as lucky as Diego Maradona. It's Jalen Chrysler who has issued the Dairyland yellow card. All ahead for Mikey Maldonado. Finds the backside. It's Bakijam once again. This time off target. So Bakijam has put the ball in the net twice. Neither time has been a goal. Once he was offside, once a handball. Bryant works it ahead. Hartman battles, can't scoop it up. It's Vignoles dancing, leaves it for Bolaños. Bolaños, still Bolaños. Oh, just behind, just streaking Emiliano Terzaghi. Bartman works it wide, finds Jones in stride. Alvin Jones in his return. Keeping the supporters on their toes. This has been an exciting first half of action for a goalless first 38 minutes or so. As Bolaños races ahead. Bolaños, the ultimate playmaker, deflects out. Gordon tried to tee it up, still Gordon, and his shot attempt deflects out. Vignoles. Bryant plays it through, looking for Bolaños on the 1-2. It stays with Richmond Kickers. Unbeaten in 4 straight. Top of the league table, looking to keep things rolling on the road. It's their first road match in the month of June. They had played 4 consecutive home matches. They were unbeaten in that stretch. 1-2 outside of Richmond, Virginia this season. They have to do it in front of a rowdy crowd against a team that Darren Sawatsky says is a lot more informed now than the last time that we played them. Long toss from Awney, and Brino is there. Awarded to forward Madison. A little shaken up. Man who scored the goal that eliminated the U.S. men's national team from World Cup contention in 2018. A moment American soccer fans would love to forget about. Thankfully, the U.S., of course, have qualified for Qatar later this year. Maldonado. Cassini. Bartman. Good play back for Wheeler Amunu. He tees it up and lofts it into the flock. Beautiful night for a rivalry matchup in Madison, Wisconsin. National Pink Flamingo Day, of course. The Pink Flamingo, such a key piece of this club, featured prominently on the crest. We showed the alternate kit earlier in the match. It's as unique of a logo as you'll find in all of sports. One that seemingly does not belong in Madison, Wisconsin. In fact, Mac Laser said he was certainly surprised when he arrived and found out that this club had such an affinity for the Pink Flamingo. But as time's gone on, he certainly appreciates it. He said anything that drives up support, brings supporters out to the park for the match, he's fully in favor of. Akijab. His ball cut away by a sliding Stuart Ritchie. Chips it towards Jones. Ends up with Bakijab, who was twice found the back of the net. Neither one counted as a goal. And certainly a handball. Richmond has been the hottest offense in this league. He's yet to record a shot on target, just 2 shots in total in the first 43 minutes. On the flip side, forward Madison, 6 shots, just 1 on target. Their chances have looked a bit more threatening. And you see those numbers eye-popping. First half goals in the season, 15 for Richmond this year, and they've been silenced through the first 43 or so minutes. Just 3 for forward Madison, which it's been a very different story in the second half of matches, but regardless, just goes to show how strong of starts the visitors have gotten on this year for the most part. Bakijab plays it ahead for Maldonado. 1-on-1 with it, backpedaling Stephen Payne. Maldonado flips it centrally. Bakijab deflects out. Tries to bicycle it goalward, ends up at the foot of Bartman. Bartman shot deflects out off of Chrysler. Jones, Bartman, right back to Jones. To the middle, Bakijab turned away on the doorstep. Akira Fitzgerald, the reigning goalkeeper of the year, and for a good reason. Keeps a clean sheet in the first half. the frustration must be just boiling inside of Abdou Bakijam, who was oh so close to creeping that one over the goal line. He has twice put balls in the net, but once he was whistled offside, second time was a handball. And now, the fourth quarter kick of the first half brought to you by UW Sports Medicine for Forward Madison. Ball in, finds the head of who else but Bakijam. He can't put it on frame. Deflects off the back of Bartman. Spins into the comforting hands of Akira Fitzgerald. Another Richmond player, will be tended to. Nathan Awney. 4 minutes of stoppage time. The initial indication brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. Awney, the second-year man with Richmond. With a key piece of his squad. Starting now all 12 matches. Good to see him back on his feet. Very versatile player. Can play in the back, but can also play more of a holding mid position, but typically a center back. Another minute of stoppage time added after Awney was just down. He's back on the pitch now, so we'll have in total 5 minutes of added time brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. 10th all-time meeting between these two rivals. As unique of a rivalry as you'll find, as we talked about before, this is a completely fan-based rivalry. As Bartman got his foot on it and forces the turnover. And it's a rivalry between two clubs who could not be any more polar opposite from one another. You have the Old Guard and Richmond Kickers, a club in the midst of its historic 30th season, the 30th consecutive season of soccer, which makes it the longest continuously operating pro soccer club in the United States. On the flip side, Forward Madison, they've been around, the first season that they played was 2019. They've been brash, they've been bold. These two polar opposite sides, they have come together for a unique and exciting rivalry that has lived up to the billing. Tied all time, 4-4-1. Vignals works to the middle. Vignals tees it up. Vignals, you bet! A stoppage time. Absolute beauty from Nil Vignals.
Richmond Kickers goal. Scored at 45+3 by number 10, Nil Vignals.
Silences the flock. And a Richmond Kickers gets a late goal in the first half. Vignals had a late one over the weekend. He does it again in stoppage time. On our Dairyland replay. Oh, so dangerous. The first shot on target of the night for the visitors. And it's the only one they've needed in this first half. Fourth goal of the season for Vignals, along with one assist. Second consecutive game with a goal. After being named Team of the Week for the third time this season. Would not be shocked to see him on that list once again this week. Alternado looking for that response. It has been Forward Madison controlling this half for the most part. They trail where it matters most. In fact, the only place it matters. Moran looking for more. Plays it through. What a ball for Gordon. And he's caught offside. Punched ahead by Osmond. Zaki got a toe on it for Osmond again. Boots it clear. Bartman waiting moments of stoppage time. Bartman lays it centrally. Cassini makes a turn. Cassini knocked down. No whistle in favor of Cassini. It heads the other direction. And let's see as things get sorted out. Halftime whistle. The referees will discuss. It's Brian Wood, Charles Woodcock, and Zach Gaydar. 3 referees. And that's all she wrote for the first 45. Some displeased supporters in Madison, Wisconsin, but jubilation in Richmond. A late goal by Neil Vignoles, his 4th of the season, has the visitors sitting pretty as we have reached halftime. 1-0 the score. Richmond Kickers over Forward Madison in this rivalry matchup. We'll have highlights, stats, and more after this.
Dairyland is getting there everyday land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
Halftime here in Madison, brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. It is a rare Thursday night fixture, but we did have 2 Wednesday night matches last night in League One, and we'll take a look at those 2 affairs. We started off with a record-breaking night in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Early on, Charlotte Independence, they get the first goal. They're looking pretty good, right? Hector Acosta off a corner kick. Ball in for Miguel Ibarra. 1-0, the visitors in front, but that would change in a hurry. Just 3 minutes later, Ray Ortiz, edge of the 18, blasts it home, and we're level at 1-1. 6 minutes after that, take a look what happens next. Ball slipped ahead. Juan Galindrez trickles it through. It's now 2-1, and remember that name, Galindrez, first of many for number 19. 38th minute now. Cross into the box, a handball, and that's a point to the spot, no question about it. It's Galindrez again. Keeper guesses the right direction, doesn't matter. The scoring would not stop in the next half. How about Rafa Mensingen catching the keeper off his line, rainbows it through. A beautiful goal, one of the best of the season. The goals continued for Chattanooga as they march towards a record-breaking night. They put home 7 goals. This is just one more. It's the third of the night for Juan Galindrez on the assist from Rafa Mensingen. Galindrez, his first career hat-trick in League One, also the first hat-trick of the 2022 League One season. The scoring would continue. That's the theme. Paez, one-on-one with the keeper. A low drive as he converts in the 73rd. That is goal number 6. We look back at this, able to maneuver his way around Dimmick. Beautiful finish, great effort. And a guy who's missed some time this year gets rewarded on the score sheet. Well, there's 6 goals already scored by Chattanooga. They wanted more. As Paez, who had the goal, threads it forward. Pedro Hernandez, the 7th. A record-breaking night. 7 goals for Chattanooga, the most goals scored in a single match by any League One side ever. And then, for good measure, this happens. Takedown inside the 18, a penalty kick on the way for Charlotte Independence to try to salvage something, make that goal differential look a little bit better, and Carlos Aviles says, not in my house. Everything was clicking for Chattanooga Red Wolves. They win 7-1. That saved the 3rd penalty kick saved in League One this season. And the nightcap out in the Rocky Mountains, Greeley, Colorado, the site to be exact. And just like the first match, it's the visitors who score first. Diego Casillas gets the party started for Fuego FC, but things would change in a hurry. Trevor Ammon takes a beautiful long ball, taps it centrally. Lachlan McLean, easiest goal he'll ever have. 1-1, and then a little later in the first half, it's Ammon once again, this time finding the back of the net after recording the assist just a little bit earlier than that. But Ofek Antman would keep his side in this one. The goalie for Fuego FC kept this a 2-1 match for quite some time. Rogers lets it rip on frame. Another save for Antman, who had 8. Yes, 8 saves, a season-high 8 saves for Ofek Antman, including another one right here. A stellar performance by him to keep his side in it, but an errant feed by Hornsby that was misplayed by Antman. He's able to keep it out of the net, but this allowed Irvin Parra to receive it at the doorstep. And Irvin Parra did what Irvin Parra does. His 5th goal of this season. It's 3-1 at that point, and then off of a corner kick. Ball just ricochets around. Mikey Hernandez showing off the dance moves as well. Jubilation in Colorado, 4-1 the final. Halftime here in Breeze Stevens. We'll have the second half for you in just a bit. This is League One action on ESPN+.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. I'm on that routine.
Welcome to Madison, Wisconsin, home of Just Coffee, a worker cooperative roasting fresh, quality, 100% fair trade coffee for over 20 years. We work with farmers from grower co-ops all over the world to support their communities as well as ours. Experience the fair trade difference yourself. Visit justcoffee.coop. Just Coffee. We do justice from the grounds up.
As we make our way through Week 13 of the USL League One season, let's take a look at some League One news and notes. Starting off with Union Omaha. Their magical cup set run came to an end last night at Sporting Kansas City. Their fans showed out in full force, the second largest visiting crowd in Sporting KC history. Forward Madison, their friendly journey continues as they host a Mexican side. Liga MX expansion side Pumas MX Tabasco comes to town on July 20th. And speaking of Forward Madison, Mikey Maldonado, the reigning player of the week in League One. A big performance last weekend. Not the rest of the League One team of the week for Week 12. Here is the scoreboard this week to date. The goals have been plentiful. Major goal scoring last night, and on Sunday, South Georgia Tormenta, Forward Madison 2-2 tied things up as well. So a lot of goals being scored. And looking ahead this weekend's first ever matchup between Greenville Triumph and Northern Colorado. Northern Colorado Hailstorm, fresh off of its first ever home victory. They hit the road to face Jacob Leibovitz and the Greenville Triumph, who enter the weekend just 1 point back. First place, currently in fourth place in the midst of the absolute logjam in the league table. Great finish there and a header, but these are two teams who are starting to play some really good soccer, and this is the rest of our weekend slate. It starts on Saturday with a quartet of matches and then ends on Sunday. Charlotte Independence hosting Forward Madison. That's 6 p.m. Sunday on ESPN+. In fact, all of those matches, of course, can be seen live on ESPN+. We'll have stats and highlights for you in just a few moments. Stick with us on ESPN+.
Dairyland is getting there every day land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
For a warm and inviting space to grab a quick meal or gathering the whole family, come into Gooseberry on the Square. Our made-from-scratch fare that is delicious, satisfying, and healthy. Plus, we're serving up breakfast and lunch all day long. Be sure to stop in and craft the salad of your dreams at the largest salad bar on the Square, featuring 70 items and 2 homemade soups. Gooseberry on the Square, open 5 days a week from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop on in today.
Let's give a very special shout out to our fan of the game. Tonight's Dental Health Associate fan of the game is Gina Richardson. Thank you, Gina, for going full Mingo. Look at that fit. And the Wanakee U10 Boys Rover team is our Unity Point Health Youth Soccer Spotlight of the night. Thank you, Madison area youth soccer clubs and players, for your continued support of Forward Madison FC. And let's look back at the first 45 minutes. Brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. Abdul Bakijam thought he had this one. No, he was just offside. And I mean just offside. Short-lived celebration, and then just a little bit after that, Alvin Jones tees it up. Baki Jam whistles for a handball. Let's get a closer look at this. Yeah, that was pretty clear. Shades of Diego Maradona. Although this time he did not get the call. A little bit later on, Baki Jam, that was a clean look, but Akira Fitzgerald turned him away. There's a reason why he is one of the best keepers, if not the best, in USL League One. Well, we get to stoppage time. The first real chance for Richmond Kickers. It's all they needed. The only shot on target through the entire first half by the visitors is buried, but by Neil Vignoles. And that's the highlights now for the halftime stats, brought to you by Rhyme. 10 shots, 2 of which ended up on target for forward Madison. Just 3 shots for Richmond Kickers, only 1 of which ended up on frame, but it was the one that mattered. And the goal and the difference so far, 1-0. Visitors in front. Richmond Kickers at 5-3-3, top the league table with 18 points, but there is a lot of congestion. It's been the exciting part of this USL League One season so far, is to see how competitive it's been. And it's a sentiment that is held by every coach that I've had the chance to speak with. They say on any given night, anybody could beat anybody. Gordon is whistled for the foul. Ryan Wood will make his way over to Owen Gordon and mark some words on him. Substitution for Darren Sawatsky at the break. Simon Finch, who is Richmond, Virginia through and through, a Richmond, Virginia native. Played his college soccer at VCU, attended Richmond Kickers matches growing up. He enters for Nathan Awney, who was a little bit shaken up late in that first half. Substitute brought to you by Festival Foods. Towels tonight at historic Bree Stevens Fields, stadium that fits 5,000. I appreciate all of you tuning in. This is a big one. It's National Flamingo Night, but perhaps even more importantly for this matchup, it's a rivalry, and a rivalry that has taken the American soccer scene by storm. And as you see, Richmond Kickers got that first goal, and they are 5-1-0 on the season when they score first. It's been a different story for forward Madison, 0-3-3 when conceding the first goal. That being said, we talked about this in the first half. First halves have been dominated by Richmond this year. Forward Madison has struggled. It's been a different story in the second half this year. Forward Madison has amassed 11 goals in the final 45 of matches. Baki Jam. Stayed onside this time. Plays it back towards Bartman. And it's smacked out of there by Simon Finch. Now Owen Gordon with a head of steam, and Maldonado tracking behind him. Going to take on a quartet of defenders, cannot do so. And Wheeler Amunu undercut. He wants more than just a foul. He is livid after the physical takedown by Zaka Moran. Cassini skies it inside over the head of Nazim Bartman. Bartman certainly not the biggest of targets inside the 18 at just 5'7", but decent ball from Cassini. I think that's a player at 6'6'1". A little more of a chance there. Trosaki gives chase as it's headed back to Brino. Brino lays it out to Osman. Those two, the only two who have played all 990 minutes entering today. season for forward Madison. And every second of the season. Maldonado, reigning player of the week in this league. Comes through to Torres. Torres! A one-hopper to the chest of Akira Fitzgerald. Third shot on target for forward Madison. 11 shot overall. They're +8 in shots, +2 in shots on target. But look back at our Dairyland replay. A one-hopper from Torres, but you can see the confidence in this kid. He's only 18 years old, but he's earning his time on the pitch, according to Mac Laser. He's really been pushing very hard in training. He said he was pretty impressive over the weekend against Tormenta. Had a beautiful long ball assist to Mikey Maldonado. He's in the starting 11 for the first time this season, a man on loan from Indy 11. Terzaghi battling with Leonard on his backside. Terzaghi just wide. Talk about confidence. You won't find many more confident and more skilled at that than that man. Emiliano Terzaghi. 5 goals this year, the League One all-time leading scorer. He's willing to let it rip from anywhere. For good reason. Fitch sends it deep. And out of the reach of Jonathan Bolaños. The supporters look on. The great atmospheres in League One. You could make a very strong argument that these two teams have the best atmospheres at home matches. Nearly a disaster. The back end for forward Madison. Ahead, Terzaghi plays it to the middle, just outside of the reach of Bryant. Comes to the foot now of Payne. And he's taken off the ball by Nazim Bartman. Torres dances on Bryant. Crushes it ahead. A foot race. Kept in by Cassini. Cassini, 1-on-1 on Richie. Ball from Cassini, found ahead. But Wheeler Amunu was unable to direct it on target. Look back at this. Look at the pace from Cassini. Able to catch up to it, does well to keep it in play in her Dairyland replay. Found ahead of Wheeler Amunu, but nothing more than that. Bolaños on the other end, dispossessed by Leonard. Cassini switches fields for Maldonado. Two highly skilled midfielders in this league. Maldonado works on Payne and taking off the ball. Stephen Payne, good challenge. Although it is a throw in for forward Madison. Rod, knocked to the turf, no whistle. Bryant loops it forward for Terzaghi. Altanato. Torres turns with space. Torres looking for Bakijab, who ends up with it. Abdou Bakijab tries to slip it through to Cassini. Bakijab still with it, has some space, and skips it just wide. He's able to put it through the legs of Jalen Chrysler. Look back at this. He cranked it just between the legs of Chrysler. Thankfully, Chrysler is 6'4", so Bakijam did have a little bit of space to work with. Vignoles, who had a stoppage time goal to end the first half. His pass intercepted. He's right back to his side though. Bryant, probing, leaves it for Bolaños. Bolaños gets it back. This will box out, and a goal kick on the way for Phil Brino and company. Don't miss a minute of the action in 2022. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL League One action on ESPN+. The home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, the Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today, plus.espn.com. And we thank all of you for joining us on ESPN+, wherever you may be tuning in from. A match that will always draw a lot of eyeballs. Certainly some intrigue in this one. It is the only fixture on the docket in League One on this Thursday night, and it's a rivalry and a unique one at that. Jalen Chrysler helped to his feet. It's a rivalry that dates back to 2019. It's completely fan-created rivalry. It was Richmond kickers Die Hard and the founder of River City 93, Elliot Barr, and forward Madison, Die Hard supporter and Featherstone member Kyle Carr. Those two got together, created this rivalry through social media. A special atmosphere, as I said before, between Breeze Stevens here in Madison and City Stadium in Richmond. You can easily make the argument those are the two top atmospheres in League One, and undoubtedly two of the best in American soccer. There's a down kicker, and finally a whistle. Bolaños slowly making his way back up. The USL is committed to supporting the LGBTQ+ community. Through the Forever Proud project, the USL strives to create safe and welcoming environments for all fans, players, employees, and partners. Learn more at uslsoccer.com/foreverproud. Maldonado sends ahead for Bakijam. Bakijam turns toward the end line and unable to control it. It is a goal kick on the way for Kira Fitzgerald's.
Following airplane toss, winners haven't claimed their prize yet. Jane held, Mika, and Angel.
How about the Michael Jordan Wizards jersey?
Winners that haven't claimed your prize, you can do so.
That is
8-1.
classic. Speaking of the Wizards and Wisconsin, Johnny Davis was former Wisconsin Badger star, played his college ball right here in Madison, was just drafted by the Washington Wizards in the first round of the NBA draft. So perhaps that's why that fan was wearing the Michael Jordan Wizards jersey. Either way, you can't go wrong with an MJ jersey. Doesn't matter what team it is. Bryant, clipped from the side, and play on. Willer Amunu, on ball looking for Jones. And comes headed back to Akira Fitzgerald, who has had to make multiple saves. He's looked phenomenal as always. Bolaños slices, Bolaños off target. There's a first half stoppage time goal by Nil Vignoles, and that's it. Bolaños certainly got capable of delivering that second for Richmond. Scored his first goal of the season over the weekend. It's a league best 5 assists on the 2022 season. Second meeting of the season between these two clubs. First one was a 1-0 win for Richmond on a Jalen Chrysler own goal. This one has been just as intense. Bartman able to settle. Top of the league table. Forward Madison sits in 7th, but a mere 4 points back of first. Here's Owain Gordon breaking the other direction. Owain Gordon lets it rip and hits it off target. As the supporters look on. A lot of pink for this National Pink Flamingo match. A quality atmosphere as always. That side of the pitch. They retreated in the first half to 2 balls that did find their way across the end line. But unfortunately for their sake, it was an offside and a handball. Both times it was Abdou Bakijam. put it in the net. And the goal counts. And see those supporters with the Flamingo-clad kits on National Flamingo Day. And here comes a card. It's Owen Gordon shown the yellow. So Owen Gordon has a yellow, as does Jalen Chrysler. We'll look back at our Dairyland replay. Yellow card brought to you by Dairyland Insurance. Bartman, a lot of space to work with. Nazim Bartman inside the 18, jockeying with Chrysler. Who was it last off of? And it was last off of Bartman. Jalen Chrysler. It's a pretty solid match tonight after having the costly own goal in the May 7th affair between these two sides. That was the only goal scored in a sloppy, wet afternoon in Richmond, Virginia. Snapped Richmond's 16-match home unbeaten streak, as Leonard is the first one to it. Vignoles, who had the stoppage time goal at the tail end of the first half. Bolaños dances through the contact. He wanted the advantage. Play was held up by Brian Wood. Vignoles has it spotted. Skies it in. Maldonado able to head it away. Volleyed right back towards the 18. And no trouble for Brino, who lets it bounce. 4,082 Forward Madison faithful packing Breeze Stevens. Great atmosphere tonight on National Pink Flamingo Day. This 10th edition of the Henny Derby, one of the most unique rivalries in all of American sports. A city that is crazy about its plastic pink flamingos. A club that is repped by a pink flamingo. If you're asking yourself, how did a pink flamingo end up being so popular in Madison, Wisconsin? It all started back in the 1970s. One day, over 1,000 plastic pink flamingos were found on a lawn at the University of Madison, Wisconsin-Madison. As Bolaños has to work one-on-one. He's it back for Stuart Ritchie. Ritchie angled away and headed out of danger. Beautiful ball from Torres. A little bit of a heavy touch. Ever since those 1,000 plastic pink flamingos were found, it was a prank in the 70s. the city has fallen in love. They since adopted it as the official bird of the city. Maldonado plays it to Bartman, top of the 18. Turns, works it through. Cassini. Cross plane in. Cassini backside. Got a head on it, and it's over the end line.
Substitution for Ford Madison. Entering the match, number 11, O.J. Smith, replacing number 24, Madison Marksman.
A trio of substitutes coming on for Matt Glazer's squad. Christian Dean, the first of the three to make his way on. Well, about to make his way on. First to is O.J. Smith, who had the 82nd minute go-ahead goal as a substitute. The Jamaican enters for Nazim Bartman. Jeremiah Strang, the Finnish striker, heads on for Abdou Bakijam, who had 2 disallowed goals in the first half. And last but not least, Christian Dean, who debuted this past weekend against Tormenta for forward Madison. What a story he has. A former number 3 overall pick to Vancouver Whitecaps in the 2014 MLS Super Draft. He also played for Chicago Fire of MLS. He retired back in 2018, citing physical and mental health. And later returned in 2021 with Charlotte Independence. They were then at USL Championship. Got the early part of 2022 with East Side, Bay Cities. And Owen Gordon is on the turf in some pain. All 3 substitutions brought to you by Festival Foods. Smith lays it centrally. Wheeler Amunu takes a lot of contact. They play on. Now Smith. And play held up. You see Gordon trotting back onto your screen, calling for a substitute, it seems. And he's now back on the turf. Let's see what happens here. Wheeler Amunu on the ground twice. Dairyland instant replay. And Owen Gordon, who was shaken up about a minute or so ago, made his way back towards where the action was and immediately gestured to the sideline. Hey, we need to make a rotation here. And went right back to the turf. Such a quality player. Here's what happened just minutes ago for Owen Gordon. Left with Eric Leonard. And he will head off as Matt Bentley will replace him. The day is done for Owen Gordon. Bentley, 4 goals and an assist. On for the 10th time this season, 4th time as a substitute. It's a Festival Food substitution. And we send your absolute best to Owen Gordon. Hope that he's okay. And there is Matt Bentley, who against Northern Colorado had his first assist of the season on the Nil Vignals goal. Former standout of Missouri State, he won the Conference Offensive Player of the Year. He was also a first-team All-American back in college. We get back to it. Forward Madison in search of that equalizer. It's Strang, he can nail it from there. Fitzgerald's knew it, and he plays it out of there. Cassini heads it, goalward, second effort over everybody. Akira Fitzgerald's, what a save. Denying one of the best free kick takers in this league in Jeremiah Strang. Maldonado. Plays it back, looking to the middle. Moran cuts it off. Volley tackle by Wheeler Amunu. And possession stays with forward Madison. Here is the save. It was Strang. Let it rip. And Akira Fitzgerald's having none of it. Fourth save for Fitzgerald. Moss flutters to the backside. Cassini the first one to it. Keeps it in play momentarily. And it's a throw in for forward Madison. They are just dominating this statistically in terms of shots, even in terms of the quality of shots. There must just be a lot of frustration right now, the fact that they have not scored. Still have time left. Cassini's cross in, and again, it's Fitzgerald's. The league leader in saves, now over 40 saves in the season. This time, plucks the cross out of the air and was looking for the big body Jeremiah Strang. That's a metric that could prove to be important. 4 goals for forward Madison in the final 15. 2 for Richmond this season as Bruno comes way off his line. It was desperation needed, desperation delivered. Thanks to all of you for joining us here at Breeze Stevens Fields. John Gross with you on this Thursday night, a standalone matchup. Brian Wood trying to sort things out. He shows a yellow. Cassini and company tried to work quickly on the free kick, which is actually how they ended up conceding a goal over the weekend against Tormenta. Stuart Ritchie got in the way of that, and Ritchie shown the yellow. So 3 yellow cards issued to Richmond players Richie Chrysler and Owen Gordon, who is now out of the match. Maldonado. Look at that pace. And a whistle from behind. It's Bentley who's shown the yellow. So 4 Richmond kickers sitting on a yellow card, including 3 who are currently on the pitch. It's another Dairyland yellow card. This time on Matt Bentley, who had a yellow card over the weekend against Northern Colorado. Dairyland replay. See Maldonado held up. Maldonado's ball ahead. Sniffed out, no issue. Torres. Cassini through the legs, finds Strang. Strang working, taking up the ball, but it is a corner. What a feed by Cassini. Goes through the wickets. And Dakota Barnathan heads on for Richmond kickers. Darren Sawatsky digging to his bench, bringing on Barnathan for Ethan Bryant. Left appearance for Barnathan, who subbed out in the 88th minute against Northern Colorado. It's his 4th time coming on as a substitute. It's a festival food substitution. It's a man who also played his college soccer in Richmond at VCU. Corner kick in. Christian Dean. Long ball from Wheeler Amunu. Falls out to Leonard. Bounced it and cleared away. Torres. Roger Smith. Had a late match goal over the weekend, leaves it for Cassini. Cassini for Strang! There's the equalizer! It was bound to happen. Madison's 5th game-tying goal, and it's Strang's 3rd conversion of the year. Cassini, oh, what a feed, and Strang one-times it and sends this place into a frenzy. Twice, they scored goals that were disallowed in the first half. They have the breakthrough. It's Strang's 3rd. Getting to the 80th minute. The 5th match-tying goal this season for forward Madison. We talk about rivalry, well, this one delivers. And it does so almost every single time. These two teams 4-4-1 all time against one another as Justin Succo enters for Mikey Maldonado. Succo for Maldonado. 11th appearance of the season for Succo, who did not play against Tormenta. That was his first DNP of the season. It's a Dairyland Insurance goal by Jeremiah Strang, the equalizer. Bentley, harassed by a very seasoned player indeed. Bentley sticks with it, just out of the reach of Neil Vignoles. Cassini, little stop and go. Knocked out of his possession, and he is fouled. And a yellow is shown. It's Zaka Morant. That's South American and South American, Argentina and Brazilian. So a yellow card brought to you by Dairyland, shown to Zaka Morant. Now 5 Richmond players have a yellow, 4 of which are on the pitch as we speak. Dean's pass intercepted by Terzaghi. Quality recovery. And it's Roger Smith the other way. Ball comes across, and there's the go-ahead goal. Forward Madison, Mingo Magic. 2 goals in 2 minutes. Cassini. Who else? The assist and now the conversion. Know the name, know the number. As she's shown the yellow for taking off the shirt. He'll take it, he doesn't care. Ball sent across, Cassini hovering in front. It's a Dairyland goal, and it's Mateus Cassini. Third of this season for the Brazilian. And forward Madison, a prime opportunity to knock off the top team of the league table for the 2nd consecutive home match. They did it against Greenville Triumph on the 11th of June. Vignoles. A stoppage time goal. Punched ahead at the chest of Osmond. Barthen. Rod, who had the assist on that headed goal by Cassini. Just launched out of the pitch. Cassini takes some time at the turf and get checked on. Now the assist on Strang's 80th minute goal. And the go-ahead goal in the 82nd. Let's look back at this Cassini goal. He's battling one-on-one with Stuart Ritchie. And Cassini wins that battle. He wears the number 10. He has the quality of a number 10. And he gets a rousing round of applause. Mele Temgia will replace him. A festival food substitution. It's the second appearance of the season for Temgia. Vignoles jockeying. Lost it while he was fouled. The Richmond Kickers have an equalizer in store. They've been as hot of a team as you'll find, especially when it comes to scoring goals. 14 goals over its last 6 matches. So goes pass. Not the other way. Quick throw in. Vignoles tried to work it back for Bolaños, couldn't do so. As Leonard takes him off the ball. Bolaños tees it up. Curves off target. Had a pretty clear look at it, but the shots on target just have not been there tonight. A grand total of 1 shot on target for Richmond Kickers, albeit it was a goal by Neil Vignoles. But for a side that has generated quite a bit of quality chances as of late, to say the least, it has been surprising. Against a forward Madison back line that you don't necessarily know what you're going to get when it comes to this back three. They have been very sturdy tonight. Just minutes away from knocking off the top team in the league standings for the 2nd time this season at home. Bentley, upended. We see a card. Yes, we will. It was Christian Dean who was shown the yellow. Second half substitute, yellowed now in both of his matches with forward Madison. And David Olsen is now on for Jonathan Bolaños. Olsen, who had not played in 7 of the last 8 matches, is a late match festival food substitution for Darren Sawatsky. '90th minute, in search of the equalizer, and it won't come here. First quarter of the night for Richmond. Vigneault's ball headed away. It's out to the foot of Payne. Blasts it out of play as we enter stoppage time. 5 minutes of stoppage time is the decision from our 4th official, Dylan Seitz. Stoppage time brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. Vigneault's stoppage time goal at the tail end of the first half. And then in the span of just a couple of minutes, forward Madison completely flipped the script. 80th minute goal by Strang put him ahead, leveled I should say, and then Cassini put them ahead of the 82nd. Ball intended for Suko, unable to catch up to it. Ball rolled forward. It's Strang has 1 goal already. Looking to seal the deal. Oh, from point blank. Could not convert. And Olsen whistled. There is Strang. Netted his 3rd goal this season, back in the 80th to level. Trickled past the back line, was 1-on-1 with Fitzgerald. As Osmond gets that left leg stretched out. That who's played every second this season. Glazer calls him an absolute pro. He's seen it all, he's done it all. We're just so fortunate to have him on our side. And he will battle through this, or at least try to. Payne drives in a ball, headed out towards the top of the box, and Suko whistles for the takedown. Free kick on the way in a prime position for Richmond kickers. And a multitude of options for Richmond. Who will take this? It looks like Vigneault's and Bentley will be in the vicinity. Let's look back at this. Suko just prevented Olsen from elevating. As forward Madison looks to hang on to this rivalry matchup. Il Vignoles looking for that equalizer. Moran unmarked to the left side. Vignoles into the wall. Comes back to him. Headed centrally, but first a whistle. Forward Madison can taste it. His supporters can taste it. On a rivalry night, on a night that they're putting on for their crest. For the Pink Flamingo. Designed by Don Featherstone back in 1957. Maybe one last gasp effort for Richmond kickers. Everybody's being sent ahead. Kira Fitzgerald's has made some heroic saves tonight. Knocks it ahead. And there's the whistle. The 10th edition of the Henny Derby is won by the Mingos in dramatic fashion. Coaching staffs exchanging some words. An intense battle. Two passionate coaches, two passionate sides. Forward Madison secures its first come-from-behind win of the season. And the Henny Derby Trophy will reside on the Isthmus. So, Phil Brino did not have any saves. Now, unfortunately, we don't have any saves to show you for our Save the Match, brought to you by Dairyland. But you have to give a lot of credit to his back line for not allowing more than one shot on target. The one shot he did face was a goal. And that's it. As he chats things over with a former goalkeeper in his own right, and his head coach, Matt Glazer. And there is Mateus Cassini. Undoubtedly, the man of the match, brought to you by Festival Foods. The assist in the 80th to Jeremiah Strang, and the goal in the 82nd minute that delivered the winner. And he had two highlight reel plays, but there could only be one play of the match, brought to you by Dairyland Insurance. And it's this 82nd minute goal. Mateus Cassini, in goes the ball, off comes the shirt. Pandemonium in Madison. Well, what a match. We'll have so much more for you after this on ESPN+.
Dairyland is getting there every day land. It's room for everyone land. It's post-retirement hobby land. Dairyland is driving to your first day of work land and spending Saturdays on the road land. Dairyland is affordable auto and motorcycle insurance for you land, all to help get you there. Dairyland is your land.
Oh, it's a party on the Isthmus tonight between the Lakes and Madison, and for good reason, a rivalry win. And jubilation tonight. Great shot to the supporters, and they were treated to an absolute thriller, and let's see how it all went down. Our full-time highlights brought to you by Just Coffee Cooperative. This was a match that early on was just dominated by forward Madison. A goal? No, not a goal. Offside. Same man, Abdul Bakijam. A goal? Again, not a goal. This time a handball. Abdul Bakijam in front. A goal. This time it's Akira Fitzgerald on the save. And then in stoppage time, 45th minute +3, nil Vignoles. The only shot on target of the entire night for Richmond Kickers. He works it past Phil Brino. And they head into the dressing room in front, some momentum. And then in the second half, Jeremiah Strang a blast, unable to finish. Akira Fitzgerald, a quality save. 79th minute. How about this? Cassini. Strang, one-timer, rips it in. And we're deadlocked at 1. O.J. Smith, who had a goal over the weekend, finds Cassini, then Strang, kaboom. The 82nd minute. Here was the moment where the match really changed. Cassini, 82nd minute, heads it home. He is fired up and for good reason. Mikey Maldonado won Player of the Week for this past week. Cassini certainly making his claim for Week 13, Player of the Week with a goal and an assist in this performance, and the game winner as well. Now our full-time stats brought to you by Rhyme, and wow, were these lopsided. I don't know if anybody would have expected to see a shot discrepancy as pronounced as this. Forward Madison +12 in shots, +5 in shots on target. They dominate possession, and it was just their night all around. The stats show they probably should have won, and they come away with 3 big points. And with that, they move within 1 point of first place, and depending on how things shake out the rest of the week, they theoretically could end up atop the table. They play one more time on Sunday to complete a 3-week match. How about that? What a turnaround by Matt Glazer's squad. And speaking of the rest of this Week 13, here's a look at what's to come. Upcoming schedule brought to you by Dairyland. A quartet of matches on Saturday, and then Charlotte Independence coming off a 3-win loss against Chattanooga. They look to bounce back against Forward Madison, now unbeaten in its last 5 matches. All of those can be seen on ESPN+. What a night. The Henny Derby comes down to the wire. Another nail-biter, a National Pink Flamingo Day in Madison, Wisconsin. And it's an absolute classic. Forward Madison victorious. 2-1 the final. For our entire crew, I'm John Gross saying so long. Thank you so much for joining us. This has been USL League One on ESPN+.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.